Great, so let's get started. Just to move on slightly from what we were doing in the last video, I'm going to go back into FireFTP and rename, so I right click there and click rename, index.html to index.php. This needs to be a PHP file so that the server knows to execute PHP code in it. Okay, that all looks good. So let's just do a quick bit of PHP. If you're not familiar with PHP, we use that symbol to start PHP code and then that symbol to end PHP code. And then in the middle we'll have whatever PHP code we're going to use. So I'll just start with a simple command. Echo is the PHP way of displaying content on the page, and then I've got a hello world string contained within two double quotes there. And each PHP command needs a semicolon at the end. So if I now save that, Command S, and refresh that page, and there we go, there's hello world. So let's get started now with our object-oriented programming. What's it all about? Well, the key two words to be familiar with are classes and objects. This is what object-oriented programming revolves around. So I'm going to explain everything in terms of computer games, because that's a way that makes great sense to me. So in computer games, you've got lots of different baddies. And all of those baddies have something in common. They're generally quite evil, they're generally out to kill you or do something nasty to you, but they also have different things about them. They might be different colours or different sizes or have different weapons. So a class in this case might be a baddie. So a general description of something which there are lots of different types and lots of different properties of each of those types. An object then is an example of that class, is a particular baddie which may appear on the screen at one particular time. So just to recap that, a class is a general type of thing, so in this case a baddie, and an object is a particular example of that thing, so a particular baddie that's on your screen at any one time. Now to work that into PHP, let's see how it actually looks. Let's get rid of our hello world. So to create a class, it's actually pretty straightforward. We just use the keyword class, and I'm going to call my class baddie. And then we use curly brackets like that in the same way that we do with functions to contain whatever our baddie class, whatever information or functions it's going to contain. Okay, that's it. I've defined a class called baddie. If I then run that, of course nothing will actually happen because I haven't done anything with that class. So how do I then create a particular baddie? Well, it's simple enough. I create a variable. So with PHP, you use the string character to create a variable, and I choose a name for my baddie. I'll go for Ganon. And then I set that equal to a new baddie. That's it. And I can then have as many of these as I want. So I've got Ganon is my variable name, and that's a particular object which is an instance, as it's known, or an example of this general class baddie. Again, if I run that, of course, nothing will happen because I haven't outputted anything yet. So the easiest way to see what's going on is to do a var dump or a variable dump and just have a look at what's in this Ganon object that I've just created. There we go. So you can see there the PHP compiler knows that it's an object. It's called baddie. It doesn't actually have any content at the moment. So that's our kind of hello world for object-oriented programming. We've created a class and we've created an object which is a particular instance or example of that class, which in this case is called Ganon, and then we've had a look at it and we can see that it's an object but that there's nothing in it. So let's start doing some things with objects and classes, and we'll look at that in the next video.